Yeah, soldiers, it is your boy, the AMC's Controller video, and this is part 1 of What If Asuma Survived. I hope you guys enjoy this two-parter. This is going to be covering part 1 of Naruto Shippuden with the Akase suppression mission and up to the pain arc in part 1, and then part 2 will cover the rest. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope you guys also watch until the end, and now, without further ado, we can get right into the story. So, the main problem with this what if is we need to tackle how the hell does Asuma even survive? Well, in the original story, we saw Asuma die by Hidan being a menace, and Shikamaru could have easily been packed up himself, but a team consisting of Ino and Choji along with some filler ninja were able to save them. We'll have this team arrive earlier than in the original timeline, and it will allow me to write an awesome Choji moment where he slams into Hidan before he can deliver the final blow to Asuma. The Akase are eventually forced to retreat without a blood sacrifice. Asuma is thankful he is alive, and Choji says, "I'm glad too. We got to make sure you're able to pay child support after all." Asuma blinks and says, "What are you talking about?" Choji responds, "Well, Kurenai is pregnant and she's probably going to have a child soon, so I was worried you would skip out on child support by taking this mission." Choji, what the hell are you talking about? Asuma asks, as Shikamaru and Ino look at Choji really confused as well. I actually don't know. The writer of this would have told me to say that. He likes to joke about you not paying child support. What the hell are you talking about? Shikamaru asks. Whoops, sorry, y'all know a bit too much, I say as I erase the minds of everyone and we go back to the previous scene. Choji says he's happy to see Asuma alive and Team 10 will head back to the village. Naruto will be given information on these Akase members and the group decides they want to settle the score here as one of their own nearly died, and on top of that, Shikamaru feels a bit guilty for it as well because Asuma could have very well died without paying child support. Anyways, we'll see Naruto and a group here of the Akatsuki in another area, and the battle will go the same as it can, as Shikamaru is still built different no matter what, but we do lose that cool Asuma Ghost cigarette scene. Naruto will still devastate Kagutsu with the best S-rank juice of the series, the Rasen Shuriken. Not at me, do not argue with me, I'm still gonna say this until the day I die. Rasen Shuriken is awesome. Asuma, who came to help Kakashi fight Kagutsu in this what if, will go see Kurenai, and she's coming on nicely with her pregnancy. Asuma is excited and will learn that it is a girl and will name her Mirai like in the original timeline. Kurenai will say, "I'm so glad you're going to be present in our child's life." Asuma looks at her confused and Kurenai will clarify saying, "Well, I was sure that since we aren't technically married and we're about to have a child soon, there was a possibility that you might have died without raising our child to avoid stepping in and possibly not paying child support." Kurenai, how could she say that? Asuma asks her. "I'm sorry, but the writer of this what if says that you're gonna skip out on child support and leave me, and I was really hurt about that, you know." Kurenai, who is this writer you're talking about? Asuma inquires. He calls himself a sage. He has a very peculiar appearance, and I think he might have the eyes of the Sage of Six Paths. Wait, the Rinnegan? How? Asuma starts, but is interrupted. Whoa. Y'all know way too much. I'm gonna have to erase y'all's memories now, I say, as I once again use my fiction powers to rewrite the course of that conversation and make sure the characters don't gain 4 false sentience again. Later on, we'll have the entire situation with Sasuke, Jiraiya, and even most of the pain arc go the same way like in canon. Asuma will actually end up seeing the birth of his child, and he will then die protecting Kurenai. Kurenai, seeing his death, will say, "No, it's just like you said, you died to avoid child support," she cries, and then wonders why the hell she said that. Naruto will of course fight Pain, and like in canon, we'll see Pain revive everyone, but this time Asuma will be revived as well. Kurenai is really happy to see Asuma alive. She says, "I'm so glad you're alive. Now you can pay child support to raise our child." Asuma is confused and says, "Wait, why did you say that?" I don't know," Kurenai replies. "I keep getting told to say these lines by the writer of this what if." Okay, how the hell does this keep happening? I exclaim, as I once again have to erase the memories of Kurenai and Asuma and rewrite the script due to my carelessness. Asuma will then learn the Hokage is now in a coma, and he will be then called to a meeting with the Feudal Lord. The Feudal Lord talked about how they're debating on who will be the next Hokage, and Asuma will then be revealed something shocking to him. Wait, you guys want me to be the Hokage? He exclaims. The Feudal Lord nods, and Asuma is pretty shocked. Asuma says, "Is there no one else qualified for this?" Well, not really. We thought about Kakashi Hatake, we thought about even Danzo, but we think you might be the best man for our job considering you are the son of Hiruzen Sarutobi, the third Hokage, the Feudal Lord responds. I don't know what to say. The Feudal Lord says, "Come think about it for a bit." Now, I do want to say that you really need to make sure that you pay your child support. That is one thing that we need to correct in your behavior. Asuma is very confused and says, wait, what do you mean child support? The feudal lord responds, well, I've been hearing from people that you haven't been taking care of your child and that you haven't even bothered to pay your child support. Asuma's like, okay, what are you talking about? What do you mean? I've been raising my child for like how long since she was born? Which was 2 months ago. I haven't abandoned my child. Why do you think this? Well, the writer of this what if believes that you don't really do a good job of taking care of your child and that you don't pay child support. Who in the hell is this writer, Asuma asks. Then I come in and say, whoops, I'm going to erase your minds again. Asuma then looks at me and says, wait, are you the writer? Then I say, yeah, but you're not gonna remember me in a bit. And I do just that, and everyone forgets this conversation happened. The feudal lord then will say, so, are you gonna consider it? Asuma then says, I'll think about it. And then the feudal lord nods and says, take his time, but he hopes to hear back from him by tomorrow. Asuma will then have a very massive debate going on in his mind about whether or not he should become Hokage. Kurenai will go to him and say, well, there are some pros and cons to this. On one hand, you'll have a pretty prominent position and you can see if being Hokage is right for you. On the other hand, you're not going to have a lot of time for me or the baby. Asuma then asks, well, what do you think I should do, Kurenai? Kurenai will think about it for a second before saying, I think you should do what you think is right. And to be honest, I would rather not allow Danzo a chance to become Hokage. That we can both agree on. Asuma chuckles. Kurenai will then say, I'm really thankful that you're here with me. Thank you, Asuma. Kurenai and Asuma then kiss. And then Kurenai will say, I'm gonna have to make sure that you at least do your fatherly duties for a while, she says with a wink. When have I not done my fatherly duties? Well, in the original timeline, you did kind of die. And then Asuma's like, what are you talking about original timeline? Kurenai will then say, I have no idea. Keep getting fed weird information, and it's from this writer, but I don't know who he is. What do you mean writer? Okay, how the hell does this keep happening? I exclaim again, as I have to do the erase mind thing again. Asuma and Kurenai will then go to sleep, and then Asuma the next day will go to the feudal lord and says he will accept the position of Hokage. Feudal lord accepts, and then Danzo is in the corner, pretty salty. He starts thinking to himself that maybe it's now the time that he starts considering making plans for a revolution in the Leaf Village with his own root members. Overthrowing the current Leaf government might not be such a bad idea after all. Now, I'm gonna end off this part with a question a day. Do you think that Asuma should pay child support? Okay, I know this is a very difficult question that needs to be given a lot of thought, so just let me know your answer, give me your reasoning, but take this question as seriously as possible. We just need to know if he should pay child support. Anyways, thank you all for watching part 1 of Asuma Survived. If you guys enjoyed part 1, part 2 will be coming out the week afterwards, and I hope you guys, again, enjoy this part. It's a bit more of a crack what if, I guess you could call it, or a comedic what if. I'm kind of basically just having Asuma break the fourth wall a lot, but, you know, it's kind of fun, in my opinion. I felt like that a actual story of what if Asuma had actually survived would be a little bit boring, so I decided to add these type of elements where the characters are a little more aware of Asuma not paying child support. So I hope you guys enjoyed that aspect. Thank you all for watching until the end. Shout out to all you guys for watching the video. Shout out to my 10 patrons and to our patrons, Gay Tool and Night Slasher. Their names are on screen. If you want more shout out like these, go to my Patreon, just linked in the description. And that is all I have to say. Except subscribe if you want to. You don't have to, but it lets you know build up an audience, and it makes me feel good, I guess. And that's all to say. This is your boy, signing out. Peace, or ha. Cue that outro. Bye-bye. Peace.